Hello and welcome to the InFocus series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about Bio E3 policy, and this session is important for your GS3 perspective. So in this session we are going to discuss about biotechnology and how it is related to environment and economy. So moving towards the points of discussion part. So we'll have a discussion on news, then we are going to discuss about Bio E3 policy, then we'll have a brief discussion on biotechnology. After that, we are going to discuss the benefits of the biotechnology and how it is economically impacted and economically related, and then practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to this GIS channel. Moving towards the news part. So last week what we have seen that Center has unveiled its Bio E3 policy. So what is Bio E3 stands for? So Bio stands for biotechnology, and E3, one for the environment, one for the economy and another for the employment. So this is economy, environment and employment. That's why it is Bio E3 policy. And what it basically meant for? So it is basically meant for the growth of the biotech sector and to incentivize the biotech sector. So this is the news which we are going to cover up in today's session. Moving towards the biotechnology. So what is biotechnology? So as the name stands, it is a combination of biology and technology. So it is a branch that deals with the combination of biology and technology, and it helps into the various aspects of the life. So this is, it combines biology with technology to create solution in areas like medicine, agriculture, environment management and industrial processes. So biotechnology is not just used for the different, what you can say, in one purpose. It is used for the medicine, AI, different kind of things are happening with the help of biotechnology, and especially in India it is widely used in the medicine and agriculture, and right now we are also trying to use it into environment and industrial processes. So this Bio 3 policy is basically for the industrial processes, that how we can industrialize the biotechnology. And biotechnology is a field of science that involves using living organism, biological system to create a different kind of the products or different kind of a technology which will help into the various aspects of the life. So this is the brief definition of biotechnology, that with the combination of biology and technology, it helps through the various aspects of the life and it is our life. So this is about the biotechnology. Now we'll have that what is the practical aspects of the biotechnology. So we can see that the biotechnology is widely used into the agriculture and medicines, but we have some practical also examples related to the biotechnology. So you already know the animal free milk. So you can see that in advertisement so many people are turning into the vegan. So if they are turning into the vegan, it means that they are avoiding the milk product. In that case, what they use? So they are using animal free milk. And animal free milk is similar in texture, similar in taste and also nutritious in comparison to the, what you can say, natural milk. So maybe we cannot say exactly, or we cannot say that it is scientifically proven, but it has similar kind of nutritional value, texture and color related to the natural milk. So with help of whom we can create this, what you can say, animal free milk. So with the help of precision fermentation we have this animal free milk, and with the help of biotechnology we are able to get animal free milk. Similarly, as you already know that chemically produced plastics are so much dangerous for the environment, and it has become a various, what you can say, obstacle for the natural hazard. So in that case we have also a wide variety of the bioplastics which can be produced with the help of the, what you can say, extract of the corn and sugarcane. So we have also bioplastics. So with the help of biotechnology we are able to produce the bioplastics. Then we have also microorganisms. So with the help of microorganism, they are helpful to break the CO2 and also capture the CO2. So the microorganisms are helpful to create our environment more, what you can say, free, more clear and more clean. So that's why this is the practical aspects of the biotechnology. So here I have given the 2-3 examples, but we have a multiple examples which are related to the biotechnology, and how biotechnology is impacting our daily lives. So this particular Bio E3 policy is for the industrial purpose, for the economic purpose. So with the help of biotechnology, we are able to generate employment and various economic opportunity for the people. So now we'll discuss the Bio E3 policy. So we already discussed the what Bio E3 stands for. So Bio E3 is what it means. So it emphasizes the innovation in research and development, entrepreneurship, and it also establishes biomanufacturing hub, biomanufacturing AI hub and biofoundries, and its main aim to expand India's skilled biotechnology workforce and aligns with the lifestyle for environment and regenerate the bioeconomy models, and it also take care of the ethical aspects related to the biosafety and biotechnology. As you already know that you all are aware about the gene editings, and with the help of biotechnology we are able to create multiple organisms, we are able to create different kind of the chemicals, different kind of the technology. But many times what we see that there was an ethical breach in the creation of such kind of the things. But Bio E3 policies take care of these things, that the ethical aspect of the biotechnology should not be compromised and there should be the precautions related to the biosafety. So with the taking care of the ethical aspect and biosafety, we are able to create industrial opportunity, economic opportunity, the medical opportunity related to the biology, technology, environment, entrepreneurship. So it is basically the promotion of entrepreneurship, innovation, research and development in terms of the biomanufacturing, in terms of AI related to the biotechnology sector, in terms of the agriculture. So this is a brief about the Bio E3 policy. Now here we'll come to the benefits of the Bio E3 policy and moreover the biotechnology. So we have first benefit is the economic impact of biomanufacturing. So as the Bio E3 main aim is to establish biomanufacturing hub. So economic impact of biomanufacturing. So it will have a significant economic impact which has been estimated around $2 to 4 trillion over the next decade, and it involves biological organism or processes in industrial production. So this can be what you can say economic impact, that $2 to 4 trillion we can see over the next decades. Then we have also strategic alignment with other initiatives. So along with the industrial production, along with the entrepreneurship, along with the different kind of economic opportunity, it aligns with the different sectors, just as the artificial intelligence mission, quantum mission and green hydrogen mission. So they are very much scientifically aligned and what you can say agriculturally aligned, mathematically aligned. But all these alignment creates economic opportunity, because if these sectors will grow, there are chances to have more job opportunity, more researcher will join this kind of the organization. So there will be also the development of research and development. Then we have other opportunities associated with this establishment of biomanufacturing hubs. So what these hubs will do? So these hubs will serve as a centers where specialized kind of chemicals will be formulated, and there will be the startups which will produce smart proteins, enzymes and functional food and other bioproducts. So it will promote different kind of startup culture, which they will create different kind of chemicals, smart proteins, enzymes and different kind of bioproducts. So all these things are economically viable because it will go to the market, people will purchase it, and we can export to the other nation also. And if we need such kind of products, we need more human power to make it. So that's why all things are economically linked. Then we have futuristic marine and space research. So it is also going to help in the space technology, and they are trying that they will try to create recycle waste in the space. So this is also very much important, that they want to recycle waste in the space and produce oxygen and food in the space. And they will also develop life support system for astronauts. So these biotechnology and Bio E3 policy will help a country scientifically, economically, medically, agriculturally, and all these things are related to the economics, because agriculture is related to the economics, space is related to the economics, bioproducts are related to the economics. So in a whole, they are going to impact India economically, and we are expecting that India will boom into this sector. Now we'll come to the question round. The question is, the Bio E3 policy aligns with which broader national goal? Promoting fossil fuels, achieving a net zero carbon economy, advancing space technology, increasing import of biotechnological products. So you have to answer this thing, and you have to also see the pros and cons. Suppose that government has initiated one policy and that will help India to boost into the economic sector, the scientific sector. So what can be the problems and concerns related to this kind of the things? So we implement so much of the policies and we try to develop and introduce any policy with a good hope. But what we have seen that the country which lacks a scientific knowledge, which lacks a biotechnological knowledge, so there must be the awareness regarding the biotechnology and especially in the rural areas. So we can see that we use different kind of technology, biotechnology in agriculture. But if we ask about that how this particular product is made, what is the science behind it, many times what we have seen that our farmers, our young generation are not able to tell that how we are able to use it and what is the science behind it. So we need to understand the importance and significance of such things so that more younger generation will try to come to this area and they will try to create new opportunity, and there will be also the promotion of innovation. So you have to also look for this thing that there is a lack of awareness, there is a lack of funding regarding things and lack of seriousness, because people are not aware that with the help of these things we can create more economic opportunity. So you have to also analyze this thing into this aspect. So that's it for today's session. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section, and do prepare this topic for the mains also, because this is the mains time. Many of you are preparing for your mains examination. So whenever you read any topic, you have to analyze through mains perspective that whether this question will go for mains or not. And if any question will ask from mains perspective, what would I write? So you need to know all the aspects, whether the positive aspects, negative aspects, what is the intention of government behind that, and how young generation will be impacted, what is the problems of science and technology we have, why women are less prone to such kind of the things. So you have to tackle it very wisely. So thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.